Some of us have big doors. Open the door. Let us in. We are not against you. We just want answers. We are not against you. They're open with the doors are locked. They told us that they were afraid. They are afraid of so proud. They are afraid. Understand, guys, that they are afraid of us exercising our constitutional rights.
That's right.
That is what they are afraid of, because that is what we are out here doing. Exercising our rights. They are afraid of you exercising your rights. That's what they are afraid of. Come out here or let us in. Come out here or let us in. We just want to talk. We just want to talk. Whose lives matter?
Black lives matter.
Whose lives matter?
Black lives matter.
Whose lives matter?
Black lives matter.
Whose lives matter? Black lives matter. Say his name, y'all.
Robert Fuller.
Robert. Robert.
Fuller.
Robert.
Fuller.
Robert.
Fuller.
Brianna.
Fuller.
Brianna.
Taylor.
Brianna.
Taylor.
Brianna.
Taylor.
Michael. Michael. Michael.
Thomas.
Michael.
Thomas.
Emmett.
Till.
Emmett.
Till.
Emmett.
Till.
Emmett.
Till.
Trayvon.
Martin.
Trayvon.
Martin.
Trayvon.
Martin.
Trayvon.
Martin.
Michael. Michael. Michael.
Brown.
Michael.
Brown.
Delendo.
Castile.
Delendo.
Castile.
Delendo.
Castile.
Delendo.
Castile.
It's a shame that we could keep this song going. We could keep it going. And so many names we don't know. So many names we don't know. Before we had cameras. Before we could film y'all murdering us. Before we could do this, there were so many names. Before they were keeping records, they were capturing our babies using them as alligator baits. They were burning down and bombing entire towns, Tulsa, Oklahoma. We have been dealing with this for far too long. We are tired. Enough is enough. We have made a home here in Palmdale, Lancaster, in the Antelope Valley, and we will not be uprooted again for racial injustice, for systemic racism. We will not be uprooted again. We've been uprooted so many times. Some of us are native on one side of our family and African on the other. Understand the pain that we are feeling, watching that we are still being lynched and hunted and murdered. Come out here, you guys. Come out. Don't be afraid of us.
Just confirming what we all know.
Don't be afraid of us.
But enough is enough. Enough is absolutely enough.
A lynching in Victorville. A lynching in Victorville. A lynching in Victorville. This is a lynching. The same as in Victorville.
We out here, we're not gonna be having that. That's what we're not gonna have.
We're not gonna have to explain to our babies.
We not.
Are they still standing behind y'all at the door? When we walked up, there was a bunch of them standing right behind the door. Are they still just standing there? Not anymore?
They not opening them doors.
Where's the he's from the police chief? Police chief.
We not
Police chief. Police chief Villalobos Herrera. Supposed to be here now.
They snuck out of the other place.
They're all at IHOP.
We need to make sure they don't get close to
They're all at IHOP. We should go visit them at IHOP.
Do you have business to take care of here today, sir?
We, as people here, have a right to access.
That's right.
This is a city we live in.
Open the door, you guys. Open the door.
public building is supposed to be open. It is not open. They're saying they're afraid of the 20 or 30 people that are standing out here demanding answers. The LA County Sheriff was supposed to be out here making a statement. It's supposed to be a news conference.
4, 6 o'clock p.m. They should definitely be open.
The majority of the employees have either snuck out or left, and we heard they're having an extended breakfast at IHOP to delay confrontation.
For us to vote in a local election. This is why it's important for us to vote in our local election. Here we have mayor, city council, city managers, city attorney, all of them in this office, and nobody can answer for the murder and the lynching of Robert Fuller. Open the door.
Justice!
Let him see it. It was our
Justice! Justice! For Robert Fuller! Justice! Justice! No justice! No peace! 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 No justice! No peace!
We work here, we live here, we pay rent here. Open that shit up.
Y'all that live in Palmdale, y'all don't even have the right to vote for your own mayor in Palmdale. The mayor votes for his own damn self in Palmdale.
Shush.
Open this shit up.
It's a public building.
How y'all close to the public?
They're gonna be closed till Thursday.
They're gonna blame it on quarantine.
If IHOP is open, City Hall should be
They
open.
blamed his death on the quarantine.
Robert Fuller at IHOP.
Oh, it's troubling times right now, yeah.
City Hall should be open.
Ain't no damn shit.
Movie theaters are open. City Hall should be open. The city is almost back to BAU. You know that means business as usual. The city's almost back to BAU. That means they should be in here.
Macy's open?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And these are essential workers, are they not? These are our essential workers, are they not? Were they not in this office the whole time we were quarantined? Yes. It's our building. Open it up.
This is a public facility. We pay for it. People taking off work.
Closed. They got no cameras anywhere.
Yeah, no cameras. They got pigeon spikes, but no cameras. All right, we are outside City Hall. This is City Hall in Palmdale. Small contingent of activists have been blocking the. We've been doing a sit-in, blocking all the entrances to the building. Tried to anyway. A number of people, employees of Palmdale, have left, snuck out, claiming family emergencies or for whatever reason. They've decided, rumor has it, to have an extended breakfast over at IHOP, while activists and community members are outside City Hall demanding answers. The sheriff was supposed to, the sheriff of LA County was supposed to be here and make a statement. Hold a news conference, if you will, has not shown up. The public building is locked up tight. Rumor has it many of the employees are at an IHOP having an extended breakfast to avoid confrontation. And this public building is closed. Restaurants are open.
That's where we at right now.
Macy's are open, theaters are open, but this public building here, it's LA Palmdale City Hall, is locked up tight as a drum because they've been told, activists have been told that they're afraid. They're afraid of these 20 or 30 so public, peaceful protesters out in front that just want a conversation. They want more information about the investigation that's going on. It's now become a criminal investigation because of the protests, because of people out here. There were 1,000 people, by some estimates, out here Saturday. The sheriffs barricaded themselves in their office while 1,000 people stood in front of their door demanding answers. Watch Commander was afraid to come out, wouldn't come out. When most of the crowd had disbanded on Saturday, maybe 100 or less left in the park, singing, praying, holding communion, whatever, community. And that's when they decided to come out in their riot gear and do a show of force after most of the protesters had left, the media had left. And they brought out all of their guns and all of their less than lethal stuff and pointed it at protesters. They're cowards. They're cowards. They're thugs, and they have a real strange sense of what a democracy is. And these activists are demanding someone from the city hall, from Palmdale City Hall, come out here and address them, address their concerns, their issues, this investigation. It is a criminal investigation now. Supposedly the AG of California is going to be opening an investigation. The city of Palmdale has called for their support, but only that statement was put out on Saturday after 1,000 people showed up here in front of, in the park and in front of the police station. They put out a statement that they would get the state attorney general involved in this criminal investigation, not a suicide. So that's what we're here. Thanks for watching.
Dedicated to this movement. Listen up really quick. Really quick. It's very important. It's very important. If you're dedicated to this movement, remember, we had a lynching also 50 miles east of here in Victorville.
That's right.
His name is Malcolm Hart.
That's right.
There will be a rally Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Victorville City Sheriff's Station. Please show up for that as well. Do not allow your anger, your frustration, your activism to stop right here. It has to be all-encompassing, all boots on the ground. You got to be dedicated. It didn't get this way by any reason.
Not overnight either.
This has been done for years and years. We've been told that our band have hung ourselves, committed suicide. This happened all through the 70s, all through the 80s, happened in the 90s. Of course, it happened in Jim Crow times, 60s, 50s, 40s.
It never
20s,
stopped.
1800s.
It never stopped.
So if you're really dedicated, if you really feel that spark, we need you in Victorville as well. We also need you at the rally for Michael Thomas as well. So we'll be getting some updates and information on that, and we need all of you boots on the ground and dedicated, okay? But please keep yourselves safe. Don't give them a reason right now because you don't have the strategy to fulfill that promise. You understand? Watch your perimeter. Have your eyes open. Watch your perimeter, but be intelligent about everything. You feel me?
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. All right, guys, thanks for joining in. Palmdale, California, the second lynching in 2 weeks. First one was in Victorville last week when underreported, was reported as a suicide near a homeless encampment. So a lot of folks out here feel that young men are being hunted. Black men are being hunted out here as a statement to these protests. And I tend to agree with them. Victorville, Palmdale, notorious. And there's another action at the Victorville Sheriff Station coming up. We need to stay in the streets. This is the only thing that changes things. The only reason there's a criminal investigation for Robert Fuller now is because 1,000 people were out here in the street on Saturday. And otherwise it would be just swept under the rug like they always are, whitewashed. So that's why we're here.
You are the generation of now. It is up to you to carry the torch. It is up to you to make them accountable. It is up to you to make them responsible. Learn your law. Learn your ordinance, your city ordinance. Get to know the budget. Know where the money is spent, how it's spent, and who it's spent on. If it's not to better the community, we want that shit defunded.
Yeah. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter.
All people matter!
All people matter.
Robert matter!
Robert matter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Even business owners, I was asking, do you know anything? Have you heard? Did you believe that nobody can see how many is heard of the story for it? That's concerning. Because that's a very small, intimate group of people who really should know something.
Right.
They work for the homeless. All members.
I said, why can't I speak to somebody that's investigating this murder? And they said, we have a public affairs number, so the number is 909 387 3700.
So you can't really hear that, but we're talking about how the first lynching in California, in Victorville, has been swept under the rug and not investigated. This young lady was out there and was talking to some of the homeless people where he was found, and they didn't really even know there was anything had happened, or no one was asking questions. Police aren't asking questions. No one is asking questions. No one's investigating. They're just assuming. They're just literally just sweeping it under the rug in all of these instances. And Malcolm out in Victorville, who was found hanging from a tree by a USB cord with blood on his shirt, no one would know about his situation if this situation hadn't been exposed. So we've had if you're going to assume something, let's assume that these are lynchings. Black men don't hang themselves. Sorry, it's not the way they do it. It's like not that hard to figure out. These need to be investigated like crimes. They're trying to blame this on COVID. They're trying to blame it on the pandemic. They're going to blame this building being locked up on COVID, I'm sure too. They're trying to dodge accountability and investigation. And the only way we're going to get answers is by continuing to do this, by showing up in front of city halls, in front of sheriff departments, and in the streets. Only takes 1% of a population active in the streets organizing to make systematic change. 1%. That's all it takes. It's a very small population in Palmdale. 100,000 people. 1,000 people were out here on Saturday, and the city changed its tune and started a criminal investigation. So this works. This works. We've seen more police reform attempts in the last 2 weeks since these protests than we had in the last 10 years under any administration. So this works. This is what works. We need to stay in the street. We need to hold our employees accountable. And that's what's trying to happen out here in Palmdale, and what will happen in Victorville, hopefully. Apparently we have to go further out in the desert to stop this, because that's where it's happening. At least that's where we're seeing it happening. And it's activists and community members that are exposing the crimes that are being committed and being brushed under, whitewashed, literally whitewashed. So
We're the fifth wealthiest economy on the planet. We're wealthier than Scandinavia, Italy, Spain, Portugal. Probably every single country in the world. Our black community, we voted for Obama, so you know it's all good, right? So yeah, I'm outraged. I work with the homeless also. They know. You work with them. They absolutely would know the story. If that guy was found there, they brought him. I've worked in mental health on the string for, what, 28 years? Let's all kill themselves. Absolutely.
That's exactly what he just said. Black men do not hang themselves.
Suicide in general is a very private affair. Many of us that had to do it in a tree would do it far away, so our loved ones wouldn't see it. It's just right under the American flag.
Right.
The ball. And you know what? They can get away with it. They're the fucking cameras. The media, the world media is watching this movement right now. But someone made phone calls to ABC and NBC and CNN to be like, don't touch this. Doesn't make sense that there are no cameras. Their corporate leaders make phone calls and say, stay the fuck away. So yeah, I'm not speaking to the Yahoo racists in Antelope Valley or wherever the fuck we are. I'm talking about the good, wealthy that care, but don't really do. So I don't even know what to say to my black brother and sister.
Where is the sheriff at?
Yeah.
Is he supposed
MIA.
To, ain't he supposed to be at 11 o'clock?
He was supposed to come out and speak 11 o'clock. It's locked up tight as a drum. Nobody's coming out.
Oh.
Who's coming out at 11?
The sheriff is supposed to come out and do it.
The press conference, but I don't think it's here. It's not here. Here. I need to go.
All right, do what you can, people. Get in this, pick a protest and go. Pick a cause and go. Lynching is a good one. Lynching in 2020. That's probably a good one to come out for. And stop. Do what you can every day. Stand up for justice.